little investment update. Nothing much really to say with the investments because they're all working fine. We're up to date. I was a little bit late with one or two people sorting them out this month. I got a bit behind this last couple of weeks. Apologies for that, but yeah, it's all working, all up to date. Everybody paid out up to date so far. I say so far because obviously it don't include what's next month and the next month and the next month, you know, for the payouts and one thing and another. So yeah, we've got some available, and they're not all sold out yet, although some of the denominations are sold out, but we have got some available. So if you want to come in on that, then please do. It's working a treat. We're buying what we're supposed to buy with it, and we're selling what we're supposed to sell with it. So what more can one say? Now, to that end, I'm also starting to use this investment video update one to give you some ideas on what to buy. I've had some of you say some. I was talking to one person in particular who was saying to me, you know, what do you think? What should I buy? So at the moment, a great thing to buy is something that I've got plenty of, that we both know is going to be rare as rocking horse poo. And what I've got plenty of at the moment is Frankenstein, Gruffalo, Frankenstein packaged, Gruffalo packaged, Gruffalo bunts, Peter Rabbit 2019 bunts, Peter Rabbit packaged 19, Peter Rabbit 19 silver and Peter Rabbit 19 gold. I'm going to go and reduce the price of the silver and the gold in a minute, so that by the time you're looking at this, I should have reduced the price on those. I've got a couple of those in stock. So those are the ones that I would be saying, snap my arm off at the elbow for those. But every single one of those coins, every single one of these coins is going to go to 10 to 20 times your money. Whatever you pay for it now, it's going to be worth 10 to 20 times that in 10 years time. Now, I know there's going to be people out there that tell me I'm talking out of the hole in my bottom and all the rest of it, and that's fine. There's going to be people out there that will argue with what I say, and that's fine. We're all entitled to our own opinion. I have mine, some of you have yours that are different to mine, and that's fine. But I've been doing this since I was 6 years old. First thing I ever sold was a goldfish. The second thing I ever sold was offering to help with somebody's shopping. I'll tell you the story one day. Anyway, I know this. I know the supply and demand. I know you don't have to understand coins. You don't have to understand all there is to know about coins to understand supply and demand. All you need to know is something worth buying and is it worth selling? Now, let me tell you, in 10 years' time, this whole list that I'm going to give you now is going to be 10 to 20 times your money. You cannot buy enough of them now. If you've got the money to buy it and leave it, and put them in little boxes and go, right, there's all my Peter Rabbits and there's all my Gruffalos and there's all my this. If you're buying quite a few of them, of course, which some of you are, then you want to be putting them all together and putting a note in there to say how much they cost you in 2019. Take the time to write a note. Don't buy this stuff and stick it in the cupboard in the wardrobe and up in the loft and don't bother putting a note on there. Christ, because when your grandchildren or whoever it is that gets hold of it, they're just going to see money. Put a note in it. In 2019 it was worth this price, and why not, for a laugh, right on there, Ian said in 2030 these will be worth 150 to 200 pound each. And then come 2030 you can have a look at that note that you wrote in 2019 and you can go, he knew what he was talking about when it's gone past the amount of money that I said that they would be worth. It took the Kew Gardens 10 years to get where it is. 10 years. When I first started 6 years ago, you could buy Kew Gardens 2009 for £17.50. That's how much we were buying it for, £17.50. Wouldn't I like to go back 6 years? I'd buy 100. £17.50 is what they cost. And they've gone up and up and up over the last, they've really gone over the last 6 years. So that tells you that for the first 5 years, it won't move that much. And then for the next 5 years, it starts to move. And this is a coin that has 250,000 in circulation. You know, let's not underestimate that figure. 250,000 chucked into circulation for you and me to find. 250,000. And the price of that coin has held And now it's gone up and gone up and gone up, and now it's worth 100 to 150 quid. So, what does that tell you? It tells you that just about any coin with a 250,000 mintage is going to go to that kind of price 10 years later. That's what it tells you. Logic, common sense, logic dictates. Mathematics. So, if a coin hasn't been released into circulation, then it is automatically 250,000 times rarer than that one. So I don't believe that it will take 10 years for these coins to reach the prices that I'm saying that they will reach. I don't believe it will take 10 years. I think you might get there in 5, to be honest, because they're not in circulation for people to find. And if a collector can't find it, then they have to buy it. There's no other way they're going to get one. You either find it, get given it as a present, you steal it, or you buy it. There's no other way you're going to get one. So we take the stealing out of the way and we take the finding it out of the way, then all that leaves is you've got to get a present or you've got to buy it. And there are too many collectors now, and too many collectors coming onto the market to ignore and say that these coins won't reach that kind of value. Every single one of them will reach value. The fact that you can buy a Bunce Gruffalo or a Peter Rabbit 19 for 7 quid now, knowing full well that that's going to be worth 150 to 200 pound in 10 years time, is mental thinking, isn't it? It's like, how do you get your head around the fact that you could buy 50 of them now and they're going to be worth this much money? Nah, of course no, because there's too many available now, and that's the difficult bit to get your head around. But you trust me on that. You trust me on a lot of other stuff. You've trusted me with the money at your bank account, so trust me on this advice. Every single one of them coins, if you're looking for an investment for 10 years time or more, every single one of them coins is what you need to be buying, and you need to be buying as many as you can afford, as often as you can afford them. Don't get yourself in trouble. Don't use the gas money to go and buy the coins, but if you can afford 20 quid this week, got 20 quid spare, go and buy one, go and buy 2, go and buy 3 if you get the Bunce cheap enough. If not, get a couple of packaged, get 1 package. But whatever you buy, spend that 20 quid, put it on something. You spend a tenner on a packet of fags, spend 15 quid on a bottle of scotch, so come on, spend 20 quid of your household budget on a coin. And do that. If you can't, if you're struggling for money, and I know I have been at times, if you're struggling to money, buy one a month. If you ain't got no money, if you're a single parent who's on their bottom and at the moment ain't doing very well, you know, you can't afford money. But a £5 a week, you could probably just push that. 20 quid a month, spend that on 1 or 2 of these packaged coins. Because when your little one is 16 and 18 years old and 20 years old in 10, 15 years time, trust me, those coins are going to be worth a lot of money. A lot of money. And I just can't emphasise that enough. I really can't. So any one of those coins, I'll give you the list again. All right, you ready? Any of the 5 RAF, Armistice, Jane Austen, Aviation, and you have to say, you know, if the flipping Kew Gardens 250,000 minted circulation, and that's 150 quid. How much do you think a coin like the Aviation that's got 400 in circulation, and the Jane Austen that's only got 1860 in circulation? I mean, Jane Austen is 241 times rarer than the Northern Ireland, and so Aviation is 1100 times rarer. I mean, come on, it's just a no-brainer. You've got to buy as many of them as you can possibly afford. So RAF, Armistice, Jane Austen, Aviation, Wedgwood, Peeps, Cook 18, Cook 19, D-Day. Then you've got the 50p's, the Gruffalo, the Snowman, Hawking, Peter Rabbit 2019. All of those not going into circulation. You've got to get as many as you can. You've got to put as many as you can away. I mean, I myself, I bought half a dozen of each out of my wages. you know, and every week I'll buy an half a dozen of something else, and I just go, right, I'm going to buy them, put them away. I'm going to buy one of them, put that away. Anyway, so that's my advice. Any of those, you need to jump on them. Will Paddington go into circulation? I don't think so. I don't think they're going to put it into circulation. I'll be really surprised, because they don't seem to be putting anything from this year into circulation. So, I don't know. I don't know. We have no knowledge one way or the other, and all I can say is, at the moment, I don't believe they're putting it into circulation, and that's why I'm not putting up advance orders for the cheap circulated coins like I normally do for a couple of quids. I'm not doing that, because it's too much aggravation when a coin ain't going to be released. So I'm going to wait and see. But I don't think Sherlock's going to be. I've taken off the cheap and cheerful and the good condition and all that for Sherlock and Brexit and all that, so I don't think they're coming out into circulation. And I don't, you know, they'll have to be upgraded later on, and that's a nightmare in itself. I don't think Paddington will be released. And what will make Paddington increase in value, really, if they do that, and I think it's very cheeky if they do, but if they don't release Paddington, which I don't think they're going to do, then that means that you've got two Paddingtons, Paddington at the Palace and Paddington at the station, that have been released, millions of them out there. So of course that gets everybody going. Anybody that's got the two Paddingtons, they're going to want the other two Paddingtons. Don't tell me that they're not. Don't tell me that just because these two Paddingtons ain't going to be put into circulation that all the coin collectors don't want them. Anyone that's got two Paddingtons wants the other two Paddingtons. Anyone that's got the 13 Peter Rabbits wants this Peter Rabbit. Every single collector will want this Peter Rabbit. Every single Beatrix Potter collector will want this Peter Rabbit, because it's not going into circulation. They'll all want it, as well as the collectors. And I've got these in early. You need to be on them. Get as many Peter Rabbits as you can possibly get. I would almost say, I mean, I put it on par with the Gruffalo and Frankenstein, but I would almost say that the Peter Rabbit is actually going to turn into a more sought after and collectible coin than, say, Gruffalo or Frankenstein. And the reason I think that is because you've got 100,000 Beatrix Potter collectors, hardened collectors, that will collect anything to do with Beatrix Potter, as well as all the coin collectors out there. And these people have collected, or trying to collect, all 13 coins. So this 14th one, if you've got any Beatrix Potter in your collection, you're going to want this. And the value on this will just go through the roof. Now it's cheap as chips. Absolutely cheap as chips. Now you can get it for less than a packet of fags, but in 10 years' time, 10 to 20 times the value, easy. That's my prediction. So get on with the investments. Get on investing yourselves. You don't have to invest money in me. If you want to invest money in me, you get 25% back a year. So the investments that we're taking on at the moment means that for £1,000 in 12 months' time, you get £250 back. 12 months after that, you get £250 back plus your original 1,000, which means you've got £1,500 back over 2 years. That's 50%. You cannot get that anywhere in the world from anybody. And it's being able to do these investments, and being able to, for you to be part of it and invest in us, that we're able to just say, you know, arseholes to you, PayPal. If that's the way you're going to be, we'll just move. We'll go somewhere else, because now we've got the clout to do it, whereas we never had it before. That's thanks to you, really, and this whole system and how it works. So we have a few left. If you want to get in there before the summer, if you're already an investor and you've got the winter investment, etc., maybe you want a summer investment as well, spring investment, so that pays you out in the spring, that one pays you out in the winter, and so on. So now would be a good time. If you were in at Christmas, it would be a good time to come in again now. Okay, get in touch if you want them, or just go straight on and buy it. It's entirely up to you. And I'll do another investment video soon. All right then, bye for now.